Hello nation, and welcome back to the homestead. All right, so it's cold. I think actually like right now, I think we're at like 35, 37 degrees. The high today is only supposed to get to 42. So for us, we take advantage of any time the weather, the temperature falls below 50 degrees, and that's when we butcher our pigs. As a lot of you guys know, we've been raising pigs on pasture and in the forest for many years now, but I don't think we've ever really shared our process of how we go about taking it from pig to plate. And today we're going to do that with you. So right now behind me we have one pig, and this is our little dispatch center. This is where we separate the pigs that we're going to process into this pen, so when we dispatch them it doesn't spook the other ones and they run to the hills. Now on the other side of this pen we have some of the smaller pigs that were kind of getting bullied with the bigger pigs, and we're making sure that they get enough feed so that way we can fatten them up and get them over here on this side. So right now I'm going to dispatch this pig, and then we're going to show you how we start to clean it up. But before we do that, I want to talk to you a second about dispatching. Okay, I want to take a second in this video and talk about properly dispatching of the animal. This is a process that you want to make sure that you get 1000% correct the very first time. Not only is it humane for the animal to get it dispatched quickly and as painlessly as possible, but it's also, in my opinion, and I haven't had anybody prove me wrong yet, in my opinion, it does have a effect on the meat. A lot of people that want to talk about boar taint or a gamey taste has usually eaten an animal that's pumped full of adrenaline. And in my opinion, that's what gives you that taint, gamey taste. So when it comes to putting down a pig, do yourself and more importantly do the animal a favor and put that 22 back in the closet and save it for your small game hunting experiences, your rabbits and your squirrels. I think the preferred method of choice would be something like a 410 shotgun with a slug. Now I don't have a 410. I use a 20 gauge with a slug. That's a little bit of an overkill, I'll be the first to admit it, but it gets the job done, and it gets it done quickly and humanely. Same way with that 410, it'll do the same thing. Now the spot that you're going to be looking for to be able to dispatch this pig is basically you take right above their eyes where their ears come in, and you draw an imaginary line down to where it X's. And then at that X is where you need to hit. And this is why I say put that 22 away. Unless you're like Chris Kyle or Charles Hathcock, the chances, and even with those guys, the chances of you being able to hit that spot every time in one shot is going to be extremely difficult. Okay, now I know a lot of country folk like to take their 22 and go out there and just put it right up there and pow. But if that pig moves his head in the least little bit in the nanosecond that it takes for that firing pin to hit that round, you could potentially make a bad shot and stress your animal, and then everything is ruined. So we're gonna go ahead and dispatch this pig, and then we're gonna show you how we clean it up. Okay, so in the next step, after we dispatch the animal, what we do is, you can see behind me, is we take our pressure washer and we wash the animal. Now we do this for a couple of reasons. One, I want to get all the mud, the sand, the dirt, the rocks, the brambles, all the stuff that's caught up in this pig's hair. I want it out. And I want it out for a couple of reasons. One, it could dull my knives, and that could make the skinning process a whole lot longer. To see, for the most part, we skin our pigs unless we're going to do something like a country ham, or if we're going to throw an entire pig on the barbecue for a gathering or something. We just go ahead and skin the pig. It's a lot easier for us. Most of the recipes that we eat and stuff that we calls for the skin to be off anyway, so we just go ahead and skin the pig in this process. And then the next process after that is skinning, where we'll remove the hide, and then we will eviscerate the pig, which is a big fancy word for taking the stuff that's on the inside and putting it on the outside and removing it. And then we will cut the pig in half. Now, we're not going to show you any of that because we don't want to get anybody upset with that process. The next thing that you'll see is the pig hanging up in the air when it's just two slabs, basically just two slabs of meat hanging in the air. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we got all the stuff done that we can't show you guys on YouTube. And so now we got the pig cut in half, and that pig will hang there for 24 to 48 hours, depending on the amount of time we stay cold here. Because just like how we let chickens rest after the processing to let them go through rigor and let all the muscles and stuff relax again, look, they got to do it too. And so some of the books that I've gotten through my experience, it takes about 24 to 48 hours for that process to go through, just like with a chicken. And so that's where they'll hang. Now, we're not exactly completely done with this right now, and this comes from my fur trapping background, but right now we are trimming a lot of any of the extra fat that we can off of the hide, and so we'll be able to use that to render it down for lard, or to be able to put into our sausage and some of our other stuff that we're making. So be prepared. The next video that you guys are going to see is going to be the one where we break these two sides down into what's called primals. And it's called the primal cuts. So as you guys are waiting for that video to come out, why don't you go on over here and check out this video where my first attempt of making deli meat, making ham, you know, what they call formed ham. And in my opinion, I failed, but a lot of people said it, you know, it was good. It tasted good, but hey, check it out, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.